following program is brought to you in living color on NBC by Ford.
Ready? Ready.
Ladies and gentlemen, The Ford Show. Starring Tennessee Ernie Ford. Ernie Ford. Ernie Ford. Ernie Ford. Ernie Ford. Ernie Ford.
This has been a recorded announcement.
You're ahead in a Ford all the way. Wherever we go, whatever we do, we're gonna go through it together. We may not go far, but sure as a star, wherever we are, it's together.
Wherever I go, I know they go.
Wherever he goes, we know we go. No fits, no fights, no feuds, and no egos.
Amigos,
Together,
through thick and through thin, all out or all in. And whether it's win, place, or show, with you for me,
and me for you, we'll muddle through whatever we do together. Wherever we go.
Oh, here they are. Look who's here. Yeah. Oh, you're a good one. In every other song that I've heard lately, some fella gets shot, and his baby and his best friend both die with him, as likely as not. In half the other songs, some kids are crying or ready to die. We've lost most all of our happy people, and I'm a wondering why. Let's think about living.
Think about living.
Let's think about loving.
Think about loving.
Let's think about the hooping and the hopping and the bopping and the lovey-dovey-dovin'.
Lovey-dovey-dovey.
Let's forget about the whining and the crying and the shooting and the dying and the fella with the switchblade knife. Let's think about living.
Think about living.
Let's think about life. There they are. Well, we lost old Marty Robbins down in El Paso a while back. And now Miss Patty Page, or one of them's going to be wearing black. Kathy's clown has Don and Phil where they feel like they could die. If we keep losing our singers like that, I'll be the only one you can buy.
Let's think about living.
Let's think about living.
Let's think about loving.
Let's think about loving. Let's think about the hooping and the hopping and the bopping and the lovey-dovey-dovin'. Let's forget about the whining and the crying and the shooting and the dying and the fella with the switchblade knife. Let's think about living.
Think about living.
Let's think about life.
Let's think about life.
Let's think about living. About loving. About love. And here they are. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah, I'm glad everybody's back. Everybody all right?
Yep.
Yeah. Fine? Up in the buggy? Hubba. See you in a minute. Bye, there they go. That's the greatest bunch in the whole wide world. Hello there. And join us for our fifth. I'm not going to put that different, but for our fifth year. We're very... We're very glad to be back, and we hope we're still welcome sitting there in your house, and we thank you folks for coming by to see us. I hope you all had as restful a summer as I did. Betty and I and all the kids, we went back to Hawaii, and we certainly thank them for being so nice to us over there. Oh, Hawaii, the land of luau's and hulas and grass skirts. You know, I was brought up on a farm, but I have never seen hay pitched like that before in all my life. A sight to see. But you know, we had a great time, but I no sooner than got back home, picked up the newspaper. My goodness, this world's in a mess. Look what's happened since I've been gone. Trouble everywhere. Cuba, the Congo, and the Los Angeles Coliseum. We sure made a swap, didn't we? Pittsburgh sent us their smog, we sent them our pennant. Look. Oh, you're here today. Well, welcome Pennsylvanians, my goodness. But things are looking up, I tell you true, because I am happy to bring you the first bright spot I have seen since all this trouble started. Here he is, not only mine, but everybody's little bitty buddy, George Gobel!
And hi there, big buddy, with the remains of a brush fire under your nose.
Hello there, little bitty buddy with the freshly mowed head.
Well, I'll tell you the reason for that. I'm going to be on Wagon Train October 5th, and I thought I'd save them the trouble of scalping me.
Oh, well, you look great. Did you have a good summer?
Well, Ern, I'll tell you the truth. I did something this summer that I've been wanting to do all my life. I packed Alice and the kids and all the luggage in our station wagon and headed it right straight for Vancouver.
Oh, the whole family. That's great.
Yeah. Then I went to Las Vegas and had a ball.
Well,
I hooped
you
it up.
didn't.
Well, I'll tell you, actually, I was working there, see.
Oh, I see.
At one of the big hotels.
Yeah, well, I'm so glad you're back, and I tell you, it just warms my old black heart to know that you just take time to come by and help us start out our new season.
Well, Ern, after all, really, I'm flattered about it, because here you've chosen little old me when, for a lot less money, you could have gotten a presidential candidate.
Well, you know, you're right. The past few weeks, those two fellers have been on television more than the reruns of Amos and Andy, you know?
They're easy to get. They were on Jack Parr and Face the Nation, Meet the Press, Open End, and oh, and I hear that right after the election, one of them is going to be on What's My Line?
Well, you know, one of those nights, they're going to open that door on the Loretta Young show, and those two are going to come waltzing through.
I just wonder which one of them is going to be leading.
Yeah.
We'll fight about that, but the big excitement hasn't even started yet, Ern. You know, next Monday, on every television network, for the first time in history, two presidential candidates will be debating face to face.
No.
Don't you realize that?
Well, you know I'm for that.
Sure.
I say bring the important issues right out in front of the friends and neighbors.
Yeah, well, I'm with you there, but I think these presidential debates are fine, except if they become a regular thing on television. Need I tell you what could happen in the future?
I think you're trying to tell me something.
I'm trying to get a message through.
Well, it's coming through.
Is it?
Yeah. I can see what you mean. Now, television shows are mighty expensive.
Right.
Huh? So they'll eventually have to have sponsors to pay. Then they're going to have rating troubles. Well, then pretty soon they'll have to go into competition with other commercial television shows as entertainment.
You know, outside of a few little grammatical errors there, you took the words right out of my mouth.
You know, I can look ahead and see what a presidential debate in 1968 might be like.
Yeah.
Sort of a two-man political spectacular,
Yeah.
you know, with all of that
Oh,
stuff.
no, wait just a minute, Ern. Ern, instead of telling your vast gingham and seersucker audience, why don't we just take advantage of this electronic cartoon box here and show them?
Well, now, I'm for that.
Sure you are.
But first, before you folks before you folks look into the 1968 political future, I'm going to show you something really exciting in your future for 1961.
Oh, I'll tell you, he's neat, but he's shifty.
Right this very minute, there are exactly 1,374 lucky families as excited as a new rooster in a hen house. They're waiting for a special event that will take place in their hometown the day after tomorrow. The name of this town is Flora, Illinois, located smack dab in the population center of the United States. This Saturday, every one of those 1,374 car-owning families of Flora will be given a brand spanking new Ford free to take home to test drive for 1 week before these 1961 models even go on display at the Ford dealer showrooms. How about that? Never before has an automobile been turned over to the public for their reaction before it went on sale, because never before has there been an automobile as remarkable as the 1961 Ford. It's so beautiful that as a special preview in Rome, the 61 Ford was honored with a medal for its classic beauty by an international fashion authority. But more important, the 61 Ford is so beautifully built that it takes care of itself. Look here. The 1961 Ford lubricates itself. Normally goes 30,000 miles without needing a chassis lubrication. It goes 4,000 miles between oil changes. It makes its own mechanical brake adjustments automatically. Its triple life aluminized muffler normally lasts 3 times as long, and its diamond luster finish never needs waxing. All in all, it means the 61 Ford eliminates the need for frequent and costly servicing. We'll have this amazing new car right here on our show for you to see next week. See the 1961 Ford on display at your Ford dealers September 29.
When you do, then you know why we say you're ahead in a Ford all the way.
Thank you very much. And now my buddy George and I would like to show you what a future presidential debate on television might look like if they have to compete with commercial shows for entertainment. It could happen here.
Ladies and gentlemen, we proudly bring you the 1968 presidential debate, sponsored by Sudsy Soap Products, and starring your two laughable, lovable candidates, Governor George Gobel and Senator Ernie Ford. And to open the show, here are the Sudsy Detergent Dancing Darlings.
He's superior. He's inferior.
He's a big attraction. He's the small. He's the major one.
He's the minor one. He can win elections. That's not all. Anything George can do, Ern can do better. He can do anything better than George. No, he can't. Yes, he can. No, he can't. Yes, he can. No, he can't. Yes, he can. Yes, he can.
George can lower taxes, and we've got the faxes. Ern can raise your wages, no matter what your age is.
Ern can buy most anything. A voting machine?
Yes.
That's what we need. Anything you can say, we can say louder. We can say anything louder than you. No, you can't. Yes, we can. No, you can't. Yes, we can. No, you can't. Yes, we can. Yes, we can.
Ern can make more speeches than old George's speeches. George can holler louder, get a bigger crowder.
George can do most anything. Handle a churn? No, neither can Ern.
And when the votes are in, old Ern will get it. Nobody's gonna beat lonesome old George.
debate.
When I get it turned on, I just can't turn it off that quick.
Well, I know. But this is our political debate.
That's right, and it's nice to see you here.
Good evening,
Senator.
friends. Good evening
ladies
to
and
all of you,
gentlemen.
friends.
Yes,
And how
sir.
are you, Governor?
Fine, Senator.
I
Suppose we ought to get our
podium, and then we'll get things to going right
Because
away.
I don't make a move without my podium.
Me neither. I wouldn't dare. Now, shall we make our opening statements, Governor?
All righty, Senator.
You right here.
Double your income, triple your tax, and double good Gobel will spend your greenbacks. Double your votes, vote for me twice. It may not be legal, but it would be nice.
I love labor in the springtime. I love voters in the fall. I have campaigned in the summer when it sizzles. Send me to the White House by the winter before it drizzles. From the land of sky blue waters. Comes to candidates refreshing water. Very well done. And now let's get down to some serious political issues.
Yes, sir. That's why we're here. Now, Senator, how do you feel about foreign aid?
I'm for it.
Good.
I think it's about time some of these foreign countries helped us out a little bit.
That was a pretty funny line. Where'd you get that?
That's my new writer, yeah.
Oh.
Thank you, Adelie. Now, how about your stand on Cuba?
Well, let me tell you about that one time. We were doing a pretty good thing with it.
That's all the time we got.
We were doing pretty good with it, selling bananas on a stick and postcards. But those Castros, they confiscated it like everything else.
Yeah.
Now, I wrote a strong letter to old Fidel, but all I got back was his New York hotel bill and a sack full of chicken feathers. That ain't right.
You didn't.
Yes, I did. Now, speaking of this particular problem, Senator,
Yeah.
what do you think should be done about Red China?
I am glad you asked me that.
Are you?
Ladies, if you have red china or any other color china, it should be washed in sudsy soap flakes. Governor, and for your bath, ladies, be sure to get a bar of sudsy pink soap. Sudsy pink soap does not lather, bubble, or float. It's just good company in the tub.
Right. And remember, wherever politicians gather, it's sudsy soap for a clean caucus.
What?
Shall we get back to our controversial debate?
I think we better, Governor. Now, I mentioned my record in Washington. Would you like to mention your record in Washington?
I'm glad you asked me about my record in Washington, because I want my record held right up to the public eye.
Bring it forward.
Will you bring out my record, please? Thank you. Now, this is my latest record, and it's called Political Speeches to Dance By. And I think you're going to like it. There are 3 selections in here on each side, including such toe-tapping favorites as the Monroe Doctrine, Cha-Cha-Cha, the Lumumbo Mambo, background music by the Red Army Choir singing Bongo, 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 I Don't Want to Leave the Congo. And last but not least, a sentimental favorite, When I Grow Too Old to Dream, Will I Have Medical Care to Remember? Waltz. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you, Big Jim.
Big Jim?
It's my campaign manager.
You must make a lot of whistle stops.
I mean, some... The thing is that You know, with a campaign manager like that, it doesn't make any difference whether you win or lose.
It's just how you've played the game.
That's all right. I'm a player and a goer. Now, Senator, about the cost of living. It is the belief of my great political party.
Just a minute, Governor. You can't mention your political party on television.
It's dirty?
No. No, it means that the sponsor sells the product to both parties, you see.
They're both dirty.
No. It's just that they don't want to offend anybody. You're on TV.
Somebody has to decide things
You
like
have
that.
to make
you
a
got
decision.
to make big decisions.
You have to make decisions.
Especially in our business. We got to make momentous decisions.
If you believe that, and you like to make decisions,
I like to make
tell
decisions.
me which bundle of laundry was washed in sudsy soap flakes.
That's a tough one. To start out,
You take your time, Senator. Take your time. Governor, take your time.
Well, see, I don't want to make a quick decision here. My whole political career could depend on this decision right here.
I understand.
Well, tell you what, I think this one feels softer, but this one smells better.
Governor, you have got to make a decision and pinpoint that decision. We are waiting.
Ibbity, bibbity, zibbity, ibbity, bibbity, canobble. I say this one.
You're absolutely right, Governor. This one was washed in sudsy, and this one was washed in dirt. I think now.
Pick up some sudsy at your nearest market. Remember, it's kind to what's left of your hands.
Absolutely. I think we can get on with our closing statements. Are you ready, Governor?
I am ready, sir.
Ready?
I can't hardly wait.
The country's in the very best of hands. The best of hands. The best of hands. Tell them, Governor.
The Treasury says the national debt is climbing to the sky.
Oh.
The government expenditures have never been so high.
Higher than a hawk's nest. Terrible.
It makes a fella get a gleam of pride within his eye to see how our economy expands. The country's in the very best of hands. Now it's your turn, Senator. Give him a filibuster.
All right. You ought to hear the Senate when they're drawing up a bill.
That's terrible, isn't it?
Whereases and two wits are crowded in each codicil.
Codicil?
Isn't that dirty? Such legal terminology would give your heart a thrill. There's phrases there that no one understands. The country's in the very best of hands. The country's in the very best of hands.
From Rome comes big news about the 1961 Ford. Once again, Ford's styling is recognized by an international fashion authority, the Centro per l'Alta Moda Italiana. This gold medal for functional expression of classic beauty honors the completely restyled 1961 Ford, beautifully proportioned to the classic Ford look. And on the highways of America, a test fleet of 61 Fords was making more big news, proving that here at last is a car that normally goes 30,000 miles without a chassis lubrication, 4,000 miles between oil changes, automatically adjusts its own brakes mechanically, protects its own body against rust and corrosion, guards its own muffler, and takes care of its own beauty. The 61 Ford, beautifully built to take care of itself is the trend-setting car of our times. Coming September 29th.
We hope that once again you will enjoy our moments of inspiration that we'll bring you throughout the coming year. Follow truth as blind men long for light, to do my best from dawn of day till night, to keep my heart fit for his holy sight, and answer when he calls, and answer when he calls. This is my task. And then my Savior by and by to me, when faith hath made her task on earth complete, and lay my homage at the Master's feet, within the jasper walls, within the jasper walls. This is my task.
Thank you for helping us get started. That's the first one of the season. Thanks to George Gobel for helping launch our 5th season for Ford. We'll be back next week when our guest will be lovely J.P. Morgan, and we're going to introduce the brand spanking new 1961 Ford on this very show. Be sure and watch, because it'll make your little eyeballs bug out. Now, you be sure and be with us. I know, because I've seen it. Until then, bless your little pea-picking heart.
The Ford Show is presented by Ford. Coming next Thursday, the 1961 Ford. Beautifully proportioned with the classic Ford look. Beautifully built to take care of itself.
Protect Bobby Darin's career or charge him with murder. That's Skip Homeyer's problem on the premiere of Dan Raven tomorrow night, 7:30 daylight, 6:30 Standard Time on NBC.